Hi everybody, it's Lynnea. Today I want to introduce you to a brand new company that has just come to the market today. So this company is called iCrafter, and here's a little look at the January release. This company has a whole bunch of beautiful dies. Many of them create awesome interactive cards. There's the zip gift tags, which I will have a project coming with that later this month. The Heart Maze, as well as the Amaze Me stamp set, and that's what I'm going to be using for today's project. Making faces is such a fun die set that makes a whole bunch of little faces, and there's glasses, there's things for beards and mustaches, so cool. And then the Heart Hands wiper insert, which will create a little pop-up wiper on the inside of your card. So like I said, today we're going to be using the Heart Maze die set. And I actually took that die and I die cut it 5 times from some heavyweight white cardstock. And now I'm just going to use some liquid adhesive and stack all of these together. I wanted to create a shaker card, so I didn't really want to add foam tape on all of these little pieces. So I found that a good way to create those shaker wells is just to stack up a bunch of these die cut pieces. Now I'm going to stack up all of them except for one. And before I add that last one, I'm going to add a piece of acetate. So underneath the acetate is where I have 4 of those Heart Maze die cuts, and then I glued the acetate on. I'm going to put something heavy on that. And then I stuck that last one, the 5th one, right on top. Now this die is not meant to create shaker cards. See that little gap up in the top? I'm going to kind of fudge that, and I just cut a thin strip of cardstock, and I'm just going to cover that up. And then I also have a little piece of foam tape at the back there, and that's just going to close up my shaker. I obviously have an awful lot of acetate left over, so I'm just going to use my scissors and just trim around that heart shape and trim away all that excess acetate. So here's my little shaker not mechanism really, but my little shaker here, and it has 5 layers of that die cut stacked up to create those wells. I have these little foam beads in my stash, and these are super staticky, so it took me a little bit to get them positioned in the wells. You can see here they jumped all over my craft desk. They're sticking to my hands, so I ended up grabbing some tweezers. And I'm just going to kind of scoop them. Here I'm doing it one by one, but eventually I kind of just ended up scooping them into the wells, and then I just used the tips of the tweezers to scoot them around. Now I used that other die that's part of the set to cut a black cardstock backing. And when I went to seal up my shaker, I realized that my shaker wells were not deep enough. Those little foam balls were a little bit higher than I thought that they were. That's no problem. All I did was cut 3 more of those Heart Maze shakers and added them on top until the wells came just slightly above those little shaker foam balls. And then I can glue that black backer piece on, and check this out. They don't move around as much as they would in a normal shaker because you have all those little maze little pathways. I just love how this turned out though. I think it's so cute to have those little foam beads moving around inside of the shaker. I'm going to use my scissors again and just trim away that excess black that's part of that backer piece. All that's left now is to create a simple background, and when I say simple, I really do mean it, because I wanted the focus to be on this brand new iCrafter Heart Maze die and the fact that those little foam beads and they're shaking around. So I'm going to create a square card. I have a piece of square black cardstock, and I'm just going to use some white liquid acrylic paint and just spatter on some spatters onto the background. And that's going to be really all that I do for this card. The main focus is that awesome dimensional Heart Maze shaker. So I added some more liquid glue behind my shaker. I'm just going to press that down onto that ink spattered background. And then I stamped my sentiment, and this is from the Amaze Me stamp set, and this coordinates so perfectly with the Heart Maze die set. Stamped that onto some white cardstock, and I'm just going to pop that up with some foam on my Heart Maze card, and that will complete this project. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you'll head over to the iCrafter website and check out this fabulous first release from this new company. I'll see you soon. Bye.